Hi everyone, welcome to my chef's day again, and today we're going to be cooking on the barbecue. I'm going to show you how to light your coals, how to manage your heat, how to clean, get my finger in the right place, your grill, and we're going to do a whole chicken on there, which I get asked to do quite a lot, so let's go for it. So first things first, we're going to light our chimney starter, which is down here, but a little bit of advice about charcoal briquettes. You don't want to cook your food with the charcoal briquettes like you would buy from a petrol station, because they're full of additives. Some of them have got petrol in them to help them light, and they're just horrible. They make your food taste disgusting. Normally I use Weber ones, yeah, again, get my finger in the right place, or quite often I'll use some from a company called the Oxford Charcoal Company. They are more expensive than the cheap stuff you buy at the petrol stations, but out of the chimney starter, which I'll show you in a minute, I'll be able to get 3 or 4 cooks out of that, as long as you turn your barbecue off at the end and starve the oxygen from it, and then you'll be able to reuse them again at a later date. Right, so to light our chimney starter, which is this thing, the coal sits around about there at the bottom of it. We're going to put a fire source underneath, put that on, and then the chimney will naturally just cause a vacuum, so the air will come up and it will draw the fire up and it will light all these coals, and we'll be lit in about 20 minutes. I tend to find the easiest way of doing this is get some of these charcoal lighters, or you can use the little wooden shard ones that you can get, or you can just scrunch up a load of newspaper under there, or some kitchen roll with a bit of oil on and use it that way. But I've got these today, so that's what I'm going to use. We're just going to light these. I'll just use a pair of tongs because it's a bit safer. I'm just going to get 2 or 3 of these lit. These bits do give off a little bit of smoke, but it's not a major issue. And then pop that over there. So here's a few more helpful bits of kit you can use to help you control your temperature in your barbecue. So this one's a Thermopro. It's got one probe that goes into the meat, tells you the meat temperature, and one probe which will go into the barbecue to tell you the ambient air temperature, just like controlling your oven indoors. This one reads from this unit, and you can carry this bit around your house, your garden with you. It's all Bluetooth, goes quite far. This one is an Inkbird, just a different version. Does exactly the same thing. This one has got one probe that goes into the air temperature of the barbecue, and 4 probes, I think it is, or 3, that go into different bits of meat. But this one runs to your phone. That's only Bluetooth, it is not Wi-Fi. You can get a Wi-Fi one. And then if you don't want to get either of those two, these are about 30-40 quid off of eBay or Amazon. You can get one of these instead, which is a Thermopen probe, made by the same company as these. And you can, at a stretch, use this to control all your temperatures, but it just means lifting the lid up on your barbecue, and it's a little bit more faff, but I'll show you in a minute how to use them. So now we're going to tip our coals into our barbecue. Make sure you've got a nice set of heat resistant gloves on. Carefully lift this up and pop them all into one side of your barbecue. Make sure they're all stacked up nicely. Make sure your vents at the bottom are fully open. Get your grate, pop that in, and then pop your lid on. Make sure your vents are around the other side, so your fire is here and your vents are here. Have those fully open, and we'll leave that for 5 minutes just to come up to temperature. Then we can clean the grate off. Right, so 5 minutes has passed. We're now going to take the lid off. We're going to give it a clean. So we've got our gloves back on, we've got a ball of foil. We're going to use this to clean the grate. You will see these, and a lot of people have got them, including me, but I don't use it anymore. The little metal bristles can get caught in between, and then it ends up in your food, and it's not nice to eat. So a safer way to do it is, if you haven't got gloves, hold it with a pair of tongs, and then just rub this back and forth over your grate. And it will lift off all the dirt. These are so hot, you don't have to worry about putting them through the dishwasher and stuff. It will not make any difference. Then what we're going to do is we're going to close our bottom grates. They're probably open about 3mm. We're going to put our lid back on. We're going to close our grates to about 2-3mm on there as well. And that will bring the temperature of the barbecue down so that we can put the chicken on. Right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to get our chicken in. Our temperature has come up to, says 203 on there, but we'll lose a little bit of heat as we take the lid off. So I've already got my probe for my food in my chicken, but it's not plugged in yet. I'm just going to take that and put it opposite side to the fire. So the fire's here, chicken's here. If you put it here, you're just going to burn the bottom of it before the top of it's cooked. Then we're going to pop our lid on, and that is it for now. I've now plugged in both of my probes, which hopefully in a minute will give me a reading for both of them on my receiver unit, so I can see my chicken's at 8 degrees and my barbecue temperature is at 162. Now I just treat it like a normal oven and keep going until it's cooked. So now if you find that your barbecue temperature starts rising up, just close the vents off. It stops off the oxygen getting in there and it brings the temperature down. Likewise, if it drops in temperature a lot, open the vents, both top and bottom, and it will bring the temperature up. Only a little movement of the vents will make a big difference in the temperature, so don't go crazy and open everything, because the temperature will skyrocket and you'll burn your food. Right, I thought I would explain what is going on inside your barbecue and while we're cooking the other side of the coals. So imagine this is your barbecue. We've got our coals which we set up over here, which have given off heat. We've got our vents under here, which air is coming in to the barbecue. Excuse my really bad drawing. And then up here we've got our exhausts, which the hot air is going out of our barbecue. So if we cook here in this area here, that's called direct cooking. If we cook over here, that's indirect cooking. So this is where we put our chicken. Yes, that's a chicken. So what's happening is the heat is coming up from here and it's going across here and round and round and round, and then it's hitting the chicken. And then that heat is also then going back around again, and it's just going round and round in a big circle, like your fan oven in your kitchen. So if you're doing big stuff like a chicken, you can do it over this side. If you want to do smaller things like a chicken breast, a burger, the chicken breast obviously cut in butterfly, burgers, you can start sausages off over this side and then move them over there. So once they've got colour, you start your sausages here, and then once they're brown, shift them over, shut the lid, job done. And this is the same even if you've got a barrel barbecue like that with your grate in the middle. You put your fire around here and your heat will go up and it will just naturally go round that way, especially if your vent on some of them is that end. And that is indirect cooking, and you can control your temperature beautifully, and you can cook whatever you want. Even your Christmas turkey can go on there. As you can see, the food temperature's now gone to 74 degrees. 75 is totally cooked all the way through. About 10 minutes ago I opened all the vents on the barbecue so I could get the temperature up to, says 209 now, just to get a little bit extra colour onto the bird. So now we're just going to give it a little check. So looking nice in there. I'm just going to get my instant read thermometer. I'm just going to go in a few other places, try not to hit the bone because you'll get a false reading. So you can see, look, in the leg 82, in the other breast 74.9. Just for comparison, you can see that one says 75, that says 74.5, so we're pretty bang on there. You can take it off now and just leave it to rest. Right, this is possibly the most important part of doing your whole chicken, whether you've cooked it in the oven or on a barbecue or whatever, is take it out and let it rest. Just get a loose bit of foil, pop it over the top and leave it to rest for 10 minutes. While it's resting, all the juices that have been forced into the middle of the bird while it's been cooking, the bird's going to now relax, or beef or pork or lamb, whatever you've cooked. And all the juices are now going to flow back slowly out to the outside and make it nice and juicy. If you cut into it now, it will look like it's juicy, but all those juices will just disappear straight away. So again, this is the most important bit, leave it to rest. So there's our chicken breast, and you can just see how much juice is in there. Never have to have a dry chicken ever again.